a personal friend and our board chair. Welcome, Christie.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Well, good. This is the second time I've seen you today.
I know.
So
Highlight of your day.
you betcha. You betcha. So tell me, what do you think about when you're alone in your car?
Probably whatever I have going on for the remainder of the day. So what my commitments are. So generally, schedule probably.
Well, with having a full-time position as an attorney, owning your own business, having a family, I can imagine that scheduling is probably a pretty critical issue.
Scheduling is a very high priority.
See, I figured you'd probably wonder about, when would I see John again?
Well, I do, but I just didn't know if it was appropriate for the movie here, you know. I didn't want the whole world to know.
So you step outside the door
Yes.
and you find a lottery ticket
Mm-hmm.
and you win $10 million from this lottery ticket. What would you do?
Okay, well, first is easy. Obviously pay off any debt because I'm fiscally responsible. Second is you have to have a fund purchase. Porsche 911 convertible, hands down. That's
Okay.
the next purchase. And then I think the third thought is what can you do to make sure your future is secure, the future of your children, and then what can you do to do something for your community and for the world that makes it a better place? With $10 million, you've got to think outside your family.
Yeah.
So I think the thought would initially go to, what are my passions? I definitely have a passion for children and for education, making sure that our children are ready for the world and for the community and for work. So I would probably focus on something having to do with children and education.
So what's your favorite 90s jam?
Ooh, oh. Hands down, I know it. Baby Got Back, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
You want to do it for us?
No, I do have a passion for rapping, but I don't know that it's needs to be a public passion. Those who know me and are close to my heart will see me do some rapping.
You know, thinking of the 90s jam, I have to go off script. Do you remember what you said to me when we had lunch together and we talked about when we both went through Hancock Leadership?
Oh, absolutely.
And I said I went through the second year, the class of '87.
Yes.
And you said?
I said, wow, John, I was in the 4th grade.
That's right. So what were you like in high school?
Oh, that's funny. Definitely outgoing. You won't be surprised by this. I was a cheerleader. Was also on the speech team, things of that nature. So I've always been a little bit outspoken. I like that you're laughing at that. Pretty much been a talker since the day I was born. I recall being in elementary school and I would get excellent grades. There would always be a notation at the bottom, Christie talks too much.
That's why you make such a great board chair.
There you go, see?
You lead the discussions well.
There you go.
But not only do you talk, you're a great listener too.
Yes, I do, I try.
Yeah. So what's the best part about being involved with United Way of Hancock County?
The one thing that I learned in the past year that I really was never involved with was the entire granting process. So I was amazed. I had no idea the amount of thought, background, paperwork, everything that goes into granting the money to this community. Quite honestly, I assumed you had partner agencies and that if you were an agency, you were just going to get money every year. I didn't understand all of the work, really the background work of not only the employees and the board members, but the members of the community that come in and sit on those committees. I enjoy being a part of an organization that impacts so many people.
That's great. You know, and it's amazing that the Community Solutions Committee you're referring to, I think there are over 40 people who invest hours and hours of time to do a good job at distributing those resources. So what do you think is our greatest challenge in our community?
I think our greatest challenge in the community is reaching individuals who are kind of being left out right now. So for example, we have a focus of early childhood education. I love this focus. Again, until I was personally involved with early childhood education, I didn't understand the deficits that existed in this community. When my oldest daughter, who will now be going into 3rd grade, went into kindergarten, I became a room volunteer, probably about once a month.
Mhm.
And so I would at times work hands-on with small groups of children, doing various educational opportunities. I would also work with them in a party situation, if it was Valentine's Day or Thanksgiving. And I was absolutely shocked that there were children that were 5 and 6 years old that could not identify a letter in the alphabet. So I think a lot of the problems that exist in Findlay and Hancock County stem from the very beginning. So they stem from the lack of early childhood education. And we need to figure out how can we come in and provide these children with early childhood education, a snack, some homework assistance, those types of things to get them ready for school. Because once they enter kindergarten, they're already behind. And if they don't catch up by the time they're in 3rd grade, when they're supposed to meet that reading guarantee, we've lost them.
Yep.
Let's get them engaged and excited about education so they want to wake up, they want to go to school. A lot of these kids don't have parents at home in the morning.
That's right.
So are they going to get themselves to school? So I think it all stems from early childhood education. If we can get them at the beginning and get them engaged and get them fed and get them ready, they're going to keep wanting to be engaged as they go through school. Then I think we will be, I know we also look at, our lack of workforce. Well, if we get them early, then by the time they graduate high school, they're going to be ready for further training or jobs, things of that nature. So I think we've got to start early. So that's my focus.
Kind of a cradle to career.
Exactly.